Since the beginning of time, everything that makes up the world has not changed. However, the form has changed, and it has something to do with how you live your life. Now, let's start. In the early years, when even before time, when the population of the world was still very small, let's say less than a billion, there was hair everywhere, there was natural resources, the plant was growing. Look at oxygen. Ever since the beginning of time, the same quantity of oxygen is literally the same quantity of oxygen that was around 10,000 years ago to now. We breathe out carbon dioxide and breathe in oxygen. The oxygen I breathe in, it has carbon dioxide, so has the oxygen. The plant too will take that in. So it's the same oxygen that goes and comes. Look at, for instance, I want to eat. You are a product of what you eat. Say I want to eat banana, for instance. Banana has potassium. I eat it, I get potassium inside my body. There's a particular potassium that is in my body that will persist in my body, and my kidney might push it out, or it might stay in my body. Now, even though it stays in my body, and when I'm buried, it will decay, mix with different compound. And that is how life is. We always think that things are changing. Things are not necessarily changing. It's the form that is changing, and it is this process of life, this process that is going, and it's this process that makes life meaningful. Look at the earth. The earth has been rotating for billions of years, and it still continues to rotate. There's no end to it. In essence, there's no really end to life, and that is how you should live your life. See your life, for instance. If you decide that there's an end to what you want or how you want to achieve, or if you feel that you will be happy or your life will be meaningful when you achieve something or when you get something, you are cutting yourself short. Now, that doesn't mean what you want to achieve is not attainable. It just simply means that achieving that will kind of change the form of your existence. That doesn't mean you shouldn't exist in every moment. For me, I'll say yes, I've tried as much as possible. Even, it's normal human phenomenon to always want something and try to deprive yourself of a lot of things to stick with it. But however, it's always good to always live in the moment. Now, to live in the moment does not mean you should use everything. Come on, it's about finding the right balance. And that is how the world is. The world is in circle. Live a life of process. Live a life of circle. That's what life is all about. A plant that you see that is not you. No, the only difference is just we humans, because obviously after we've born and we're given life, we tend to find meaning through spirituality, which is the whole essence of the whole religion and things like that, which obviously some find with religion and some don't. But it's that whole essence of the humanness, the intelligence we have. That is how we constantly use everything that is on earth to produce new form. However, for every time we tend to think that what we want to produce or what we want to do is the end, you always get it wrong. Everybody has always felt that way. To what end? Life is in the process. You don't know when you will die. You don't know when things will end. You can only plan for tomorrow. You don't know exactly how it will turn out. If you are so focused on a goal that you deprive yourself of a lot of things, you are not living life to the fullest. And that's just it. Life is in the process. Look at your life. What you eat, what is the environment, the hair, everything is an extension of you. Even sometimes we human beings that we are thinking our body is so special. When we die, we decay. We are very good manure. I even think maybe when we die, they should only bury our bones just for reminder's sake, because the bone will take longer to decay. All our flesh will still decay. Just go and put it somewhere where to enrich the plant. It's all process. Everything is all linked together. Don't be too fixed on your goal. Your goal should just be a form. It should just be a way to transform things. Say, for instance, you want to make foam, or you go to the lab, mix or cement. There's the factory. You get different raw material, mix it together, you get a new form of foam or a mattress, just because you mix different things together. And the mattress will also serve a purpose of making you sleep well. And after a while, it can decay. You can even use the product from the mattress into something else. And that's how your life should be. The goal you are trying to achieve should be a way of change in form so that you can achieve new heights. The whole essence of human beings, the whole essence of living is to increase productivity, is to maximize life. Yes, we disagree, we do a lot of things that might not necessarily make sense. We learn. It's a process. Everything is a process. Life is a process. The only reason why we are alive is because there's heart. The heart is constantly pumping blood, exchanging oxygen and CO2 all through our life. There's no goal to it. It is when it stops, life's end. So there's no end to life. Everything is all interconnected. The physical form, what you eat, organic form, everything is so interconnected. Live a life of process. Don't be too focused on the end. The end should just be a form to make things better, a form for better productivity. Live a life of process. I feel that is the whole essence. That is how we should live our life. Thank you.